Okay, now we're recording. So now I can figure this out. Okay, share screen. We're recording. Okay. Think we're good to go. At any time, feel free to unmute yourself and let me know if you can't hear anything. But welcome to the team call. Today is Tuesday, January 29th, 2019, which is crazy. This means that we still have a couple more days left to change more lives, to help more people. There you go. And just to set our up for success for February, which is Team Cup Month, which I'll kind of touch on. But first, I just wanted to this is my reasoning behind team calls. I first wanted to just be able to provide as much value as I possibly can to our team. Beyond what we receive, which is so amazing in the bod squad. So then you can kind of get a piece of our team and then, plug into the bod squad as well. So I kind of want to try to do it either bi-weekly, either once a month bi-weekly, or if you really love it, we can do 30-minute calls, every Monday or Tuesday, if that works for you guys. The way I want to structure it is just kind of trying to find a topic that you might be struggling with, and then we can spend more time on it together as a team. And maybe that would mean let's just hop on a Zoom call for a coffee chat, and then we can kind of brainstorm, set goals, but also work past those limiting beliefs. But anyway, and then I also want to make sure to recognize you guys who are just crushing it. And Beth and Alex, they have achieved Success Club and have changed. I think we're at almost 10 lives for the month of January, which is incredible. This is just the beginning. And I want to be honest with you, I never saw myself as a leader. So tonight I was excited because Brooke sent me a voice memo and she's like, Brittany, yes, you are a leader. So it's always nice to kind of have that reassurance, just because I feel like I'm still a new coach, learning, going through the trenches and doing what you're doing. If at any point you feel like I'm rushing, it's just because I want to make sure to get through most of the slides that we're talking about. And if you have any questions, just interrupt me when we go there. So again, Beth and Alex, you're doing awesome with your social media presence, and just behind the scenes, you are getting in your power hour, you are reaching out, making connections, and helping people and changing lives. And that's what this is about. I just have some announcements before we get to the content of the I was about to say show. That is how you know you're a TV producer. But I wanted to talk about the importance of Summit and how it can completely propel your business forward. And if you are thinking oh, I'm a new coach, that's something when I'm serious, when I take my business serious, then I'll go. Well, that makes no sense, right? Even if you feel oh, it's just too much right now, it's an investment, that is right. But I promise you it will pay you back tenfold, because one, you're going to have all these trainings. You're going to be surrounded by our incredible team, the Bot Squad plus our team. And it's just a fun way to take this business and, again, build those relationships and meet the people that you see in their tiny profile picture, and receive training from Rachel Hollis. If you have not read the book, Girl Wash Your Face, this is your next PD book that you have to get. And if you can see it in the middle picture, even the one on the far left, we do a team workout, and it's just such an incredible experience that I can't describe. You just have to go there. Live events, as if you remember Super Saturday, times that by 1,000. Everything you felt from Super Saturday, that is Summit. Just a glimpse of what Summit can be. And so I can't express that enough. And if you're feeling nervous or on the fence, I don't know if I should go, pair up with people. We have the Bod Squad for a reason, where you can find out who's going to Summit. We'll probably create a group, and you can figure out who's rooming with who, and just make it happen. If you want to take your business seriously to the next level, you will be there. It's just a non-negotiable, right? And it's fun. It's so much fun, because if you thought Super Saturday was fun, this is something you just will completely change your mindset, your business, everything. Live events are the bread and butter of this business, and I can't say it enough. And I was going to show you this in our call, but if you just go to coachsummit.com right here, you'll be able to like kind of find like a sizzle reel that will give you like an inside scoop of what it's all about, like just a trailer, and you'll just see like how fun it is, like live workouts, incredible trainings that will propel your business forward, and just fun relationship building. So another thing I want to stress, and a majority of you listening to this team call are on a Team Cup team. If you're not, I created a post in the Bod Squad, so just go back and reference that thread. Just search for it, Team Cup, and it should pop up, and find someone. So if you are not on a team, but if you are, I sent out an email earlier this morning, so you should be good. Another thing I wanted to start on Monday, I'm talking fast, but because we have 35 minutes, so is a free group. And some people have different feelings for free groups, but I want to bring them back because I want to try to give the people in my Instagram, on my social media, value so they can see what I'm like, know, like, and trust me, and then up level them to perhaps a challenge group. Just because, and I've gone back and forth because I know that free groups can sometimes be a lot of work, but I think people appreciate that. Like, first of all, you're probably 1,000% going to get a yes because people love free stuff. And then they can kind of get to know you, and you build off relationships from there. And then you can transition them if they're ready and you will have a need to fill into your actual challenge group. The group I'm going to run, and I'm encouraging you, if you want to do this with me, you certainly can. It's just going to be 5 days. I already have the content ready to go. It's basically like simplify your life. So a lot of people have been watching like the Marie Kondo, like organize your closet. So fall in love with organization. And yes, you're right. It has nothing to do with health and fitness, but sometimes that's okay because you can tap into another audience, another market, to offer them value, serve them to the best of your ability, over deliver, and then say, hey, guess what? This doesn't have to end. Like, you're going to give them so much value, and then we're going to offer them a challenge group. I'm taking a little water break. So if you want to do this, I just ask that you at least bring 3 to 5 people to the group, just so it's not like, I think it's just important for you to invite to this Simplify Your Life. I will give you all the information, and then we can just co-run it together. And this will give you a great opportunity to help you even with your challenge groups. I'm thinking I'll do this on Facebook too, but yes, free group from the 4th to the 8th. Okay, moving on. You guys know probably my story. I don't want to take too much time on this. Really what I wanted to get to is, I want to talk to you about the failures that I've had in this business and how I've been able to overcome them, and how they still sometimes creep up, but I've just made the decision to fail forward. And just in a nutshell, like, I was a stagnant coach, then I quit. Well, first I quit when I was on Brooke's team back in 2012. Then I was like a stagnant coach for a while, and it wasn't until April of 2017 when I joined Brooke again and kind of realized that I want to make this work, like whatever it takes, because as much as I do enjoy what I get to do full time, I just know that being a coach offers me, it's so fulfilling, and I can't imagine my life without that. As cheesy as it may sound, but like the relationships, being able to pay this forward, has been a complete, like, it's life-changing. And I think that we have to remember that, like, we're selling, quote unquote, selling a lifestyle. We're not selling a product like lipstick, a face mask. It's this amazing lifestyle where you get to work on yourself and better yourself and help people do the same. And that is something that just fills my cup up every single day, because I get to work on bettering myself and then inspire others to take action. And I just am in love with it. But I want to tell you, like, even, I'm planning a wedding. I'm a full-time employee. Like, yes, we could always use busy as an excuse, but busy is not your badge of honor. So as much as we have going on, if you really want to create success with this business, you just have to get out of your own way. And I hope what you get out of this call is that for our first official team call here of 2019, that you think, wow, Britt really had some, tough moments. She failed a lot. So I can do this too, right? Because I'm still here. I am still here making this work, doing the hustle, doing the grind. And I've had a ton of ups and a ton of downs, but I won't give up. So don't let the busy be your badge of honor. Here are just a couple of mistakes I made as a new coach. I didn't have a plan. I skipped the vitals. I said I would catch up tomorrow. I compared myself all the time to other coaches, wasted time scrolling. And it's really tough when you compare yourself, you guys, because it immediately stops like any type of action, because you get in your head and you think, oh my gosh, I could never be her. But I would think that almost every successful coach at one point thought that about another coach. And if they would have allowed them to keep them stuck, they wouldn't be to where they are today, where we like put them on pedestals. So whatever top coach you look up to, and maybe you're not following top coaches, and that's incredible. Keep staying in your lane. But I know that I kind of fell into that trap, and it didn't help me. Like there's a point where you can gain inspiration and celebrate their success. But the moment you start to question, well, why not fall victim to that mindset of like, oh, good for her, not like good for her, like I can do that too. You just have to really be careful with your language. I got so caught up in the no's like that. Oh man, I was so like emotionally attached to the outcome that it paralyzed me. And Brooke knows this. I think you have to remember that you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. So it really is just silly to get caught up. Like if you can, like what Brooke has posted about this in Bod Squad, if you can go for 100 no's, you are doing an incredible job. Like keep going, because wouldn't it be worth it? Let's say if you sent out 50 invites, all but one said yes. Holy crap, that's incredible. One person, but if you're sending out 2 or 3 invites and you get all no's, yeah, that's going to discourage you, I'm sure, but you just have to keep going. And just remember, like, those are seeds planted. You cannot, no matter what your beliefs, just hear me out. You cannot break the law of reaping and sowing. Like it's a universal law. Like what you put in, you're going to get out. If you plant apple seeds, you're going to get apples. You're not going to get oranges. And I'm not trying to like be sassy, but it's the truth. And for so long I thought, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get tons of yeses and not have to send invites, and it just doesn't work. And I want you to think about it for those who are, watching live and watching the recording. How many times did I have to follow up with you before you said yes? And that's okay. Everyone has their divine timing. That's what I truly believe in this business. How many times did Britt have to follow up with me before I said yes? It wasn't the first time. I don't think I have one single coach said yes the first time I asked. And that's just how this business works. So you have to remember, whoever it is, Sally or Jane or whoever, if it took you 4 months, most of you haven't been in here for 4 months, right? So it's just like you have to still give it time to find the other yous of the world. And that just takes consistency. You're going to hear that word a lot pop up here. And trusting the process and believing that if you show up every single day, you will get to the success that you want to achieve. Another thing that I made a mistake on is that I would listen to training call after training call after training call, and I would not take action. You guys, it doesn't matter if you have your PhD in coaching if you're not implementing the material that you're learning. So it is so awesome if you're resourceful and if you look up information like, oh, this gal can't have XYZ. Like if you look up on YouTube, there's so many resources. Just Google how to blank beach body and you will find your answer. But you have to take action on that, right? Like it's just not going to help you if you just listen to the team call. It's wasted time building your business when you could really just take one little nugget and apply that right away. So one thing I really want to encourage you guys so much and really drive this home is the importance of social media and what an incredible tool we have. right? Like, I know that probably sounds so cheesy, but like, this is so amazing. Like, the fact that we don't have to do like shake parties. I think back in the day they had to do that where they and that's fine, but they would like invite all their friends over, but now you get to connect with people everywhere, like the US, Canada, UK. But what I'm trying to say is you have to make it your priority to post on social media every single day if you want to build a successful business. And I don't say that to scare you. I really don't. Like, I want you to succeed and I want you to blow this up. I want you to be more successful than me, to be honest. Like, leaders are a leader of leaders, that they create people who achieve success far above them. And it's like, I want you to do whatever it is that you want to achieve with this business. But in order to do that, this is the ground, this is the foundation. And this is what I started with. So you probably have been staring at this. It's like, does Britt want me to like post these Beachbody billboards? No. I don't want you to do that. This is when I first started as a coach. I thought like, okay, I'm going to put words on my photos, push through it. I'm going to show my Shakeology. I'm going to show a calendar. And oh, look at this 5-day refresh. I was basically living behind Beachbody, and no one was connecting. No one was relating. I got 2 likes on one photo. And no one, like, I'm sorry, but if you're going to say I've been waiting for this to arrive, what? All I see is a green box. And what is Shakeology? Like, you have to remember, like, your market may not know what you're doing. They don't know like how this has been changing your life. And so none of these photos they can relate to, but I want to show you my humble beginnings to where I am now. And I'm not like, oh, look at me. Like, I'm a student. Like, I am constantly learning about Instagram, how to grow your following, how to, create valuable content and serve the people that are already at your table, right? We have the privilege to share our journey, you guys. And again, I'm going to keep saying this, like, it's not enough to just post one photo and think that they'll come running to you. Like, you have to stay consistent. People are looking for consistency in a coach to make sure that you won't, you'll be there for them. And yep, we could have like the limiting beliefs and be like, oh, what's my mom going to think? And what is, the guy I dated in high school going to think? Like, we all can think, negatively about being nervous of sharing our journey. Or we can just remember that people are going to have their opinions anyway, and you are standing out, sharing your journey authentically, unapologetically. And that is an incredible thing. 1 second. But, this is in the Rock the Basics training. It goes over like find your 5. So it's not like, and I have to do a better job of this. Like, you shouldn't just have to post fitness. Like, people want to know you beyond just like fitness. Like, how can they relate to you? Be vulnerable. Like, and rather than showing like a quote, show your face. Like, your face should be in the photo at least 9 out of the 12 squares. And because you're branding yourself. What's so cool about this company is that we endorse Beachbody, but we're not like Beachbody, like, I can't even say it. Like, we are our own brand. So when people see you, they don't want to have to see like, this is salesy. This is selling a lifestyle. Like, wow. Like, in fact, the gal that I spoke to who was interested in a boot camp, she said that you just look so happy. Like, the comparison, the side by side, like, you look younger in some of your photos. And she's right. Like, I freaking like went from a marathon runner that was hard, and I thought, oh, this will keep me in shape, to now having to do 20 to 30 minute workouts that I love, that I look forward to doing. People want to know what works. You sharing your story, you being you sharing the where were you before Beachbody to where you are now. Really spend time on honing in on who you were looking to serve. And that story is really vague, right? It's really broad. So it's just like, it can be as simple as like the ups and the downs, like that's a whole nother call. And you can just Google how to share your story on, Beachbody, and you'll have tons of team calls, or how to really like target your niche or niche, I should say, and brand yourself. If you are interested in that, I can send you a 30-minute call that is incredible. But the biggest thing I wanted to really hit home with this is just to stay consistent, because if people don't see you show up, it's basically your store is closed. If you're not showing up on social media, this is the bottom. This isn't even a vital behavior, because this should just be standard. If you want to create a successful business with this, you got to show up. Okay, I get real passionate, but I got to keep going because we're running out of time here. Vital behaviors: be proof the products work, invite, recognize your people, personal development. I just wanted to touch on those. Like, if you do this consistently over time, no matter what, you will see success in this business. This is a tracker that I've been using that is super helpful. You can kind of use it in two different ways, whether you want to create that for one day only, or only 2 days where you're having 50 new conversations, you're inviting and following up. And that might look like a lot. That might be super intimidating. But I have built my business to where it is now on follow-ups, on the no's, and constantly sending out conversations. And I want you to remember this quote. Like, one second, I'm pulling it up on my phone here. Entrepreneurship is putting in the work for a few years that most people won't, so that you can live a life that most people can't. So the hard part is, like, this business is simple, but the hard part is that it's so easy not to do it. And don't be like me. Don't fail like I did in the past, where I was like on and off the escalator, because you will have so much self-doubt, and you will feel like you're not qualified, when really in reality this business does not play favorites. Be like, I can't knock on your door. Like, I want you to succeed with this, but I'm also not your boss. You are your own boss. So you have to just check yourself. Like, did I send out 10 invites, 5 invites? Like, how many did I do? And I want you to pick a number. Like, I'm not going to tell you, okay, send out 5 invites tonight. Like, I want you to pick a number that will stretch you, but also that you can stay consistent with. Because I've been there where I was like, hey, Brooke, guess what? I've sent out 50 invites. Like, whoop, whoop. But then the next day I send out like 5 because I'm like, oh, like, so I want you to stick with the number that feels good to you. You guys, if you are posting on your social media, if people are liking your posts, if you're doing your job as by sharing about this business, and just start by taking action, or, you know, looking to see who's viewed your stories, those are people who are in your store. Those are people who you can invite. And if you need a simple invite, I truly just say, like, hey girl, or hey lady, hey there. I don't really like girl, but you know, thank you so much for the love and support. Are you just showing support, or would you be interested in doing what I do? It's maybe not verbatim, but it's so simple. It's in my shortcuts. So it's literally a copy and paste. Now, I want to be clear, like, if you don't want to be invited that way, if you rather like get to know someone, or if you rather be approached like, oh my gosh, like, I love that shirt you were wearing. What was that shirt? And if you want to like kind of have that soft of an invite, build the relationship first, that's your take on it. Like, for me, it's kind of like, get to the point. Like, I, for so long, got stuck in conversations because I was like, oh, how was your weekend? And oh, the weather is so freaking cold. And I was kind of wasting time. But if they're watching your stories, I say invite them, because they're watching for a reason. They're seeing if you show up, and they're liking your posts for a reason. And how I like to think about it is, like, if you're scrolling Facebook or Instagram, and if you're like, one of your close friends says, hey, I'm having a party on Friday, bring your favorite appetizer to share. See you at 7. Like, you may scroll and see that post and immediately think, wow, that would be so much fun. But, you know, we're not that close. Like, I bet she's not talking to me. Like, we were friends in high school. We were friends in college. She's probably not talking to me. However, if that friend were to message you, be in your inbox and say, oh my God, you have to be there. Bring your favorite appetizers to share. I'll see you then. If they just take that extra step and then send that personal invite, aren't you more likely to go? So people are creeping on you for a reason. And honestly, you might get a lot of no's, or people who don't even say anything back. That's okay. That happens to me all the time. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm ready. Like, after 7 invites, being consistent every single month because they're still watching my stories and now they're ready. Everyone has divine timing with this, but it all works together, right? You have to be showing up on social media, talking about your life, being an influencer, which is what you are when you're sharing your journey. And then you have the opportunity to connect and build trust with people who are already liking your stuff. Okay. Whew. So one other thing in the Rock the Basics, really make sure to go through that, you guys. Like, I'm going to be starting a new mentorship training, which is with the other coaches in the Bod Squad, to really make sure that you take the time to go through that training. Because if you come to your coach, which we're so happy to help, but like, running challenge groups or how does this challenge tracker app, like that's things that you could find out on your own. So like, I am so more than willing to help you. But at the same time, like if you're waiting for a response from me, when you could just Google it and just say like, oh, okay, like this is how, or maybe it's in the new coach checklist that Brittany sent, like, let me take a look at that. The best coaches who are super successful are resourceful and they take action right away. Like, and I want you to like take off your training wheels and soar. And that's just the way you have to do it. Like, fail forward. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I failed in this business. Oh my gosh. You saw earlier with my social media posts. This is something that I kind of want to do because it's Team Cup month and it's more like an announcement. But if you send me your tracker, or you can post it in our team page, and if you are consistent every single day for a week, I'm sending you a Starbucks gift card. I'm doing that because I want to like show it's not about like rewarding you. Like, it's more so like I want to like, oh, I'm motivated by that. So I'm like, well, maybe my team will be, but it's just like a fun extra incentive. It's Team Cup. Like, what can we do to like really get out of our comfort zones and stay consistent? Consistency, hard work, and doing your vital behaviors when you don't feel like it is how you're going to get to point A to point B. Starting and stopping, which is what I did for probably a couple of months, it sucks. I hope you don't do it. I hope you don't have to experience it. Starting and stopping, you lose your momentum. I don't know if you lose trust, but you might. Like, I would always stay consistent on social media, but if I wasn't always inviting, all of that work that you did the previous month goes away. Because when you're putting pebbles in your pile every single day by inviting, sending those invites and just getting out of your own way, when you're doing that, you can expect to see results 3 to 6 months from now. So it's not instant gratification. You're going to have to like really stay patient. But if you track your invites and your follow-ups, and you do that consistently, imagine what May will look like, what June will look like when a summit approaches. It's incredible. And momentum is a pretty awesome thing in this business, and it's like a snowball. So it's really hard to get the snowball up the mountain. The more you keep pushing and you don't let it drop, you're going to feel so much better. So anyway, so if you're consistent for a week, every single day, showing up, doing the vitals, tracking, and you send me your tracker, Starbucks gift card. If you're consistent for a whole month, girlfriend, this is what's coming for you. And I do that because it's a fun month and I want to reward you for your efforts because I know this is going to pay off for your business. So I'm calling it like the notebook prize. Okay. Sound good? Tell me if you have questions. I think we're good. Let's see. Oops. Okay. I don't know what I did there. We're wrapping up here though. Let's see. Okay, so one thing I really want you to really focus on is dream bigger sooner. And the reason why this is so important is because, if we go into this business with like, I really just want to make $500 a month, or I really just want to get my Shakeology paid for, that's fine. But at the end of the day, is that going to help you, move your business forward when on the days you really just don't want to send invites? Every successful coach has experienced that at one point or another. And it's just like you just have to stop thinking about what's attainable and really dream big. And Brooke is like the perfect example of this, because she had $50,000 in debt because of student loans, and she wanted to demolish that. And now she gets to stay in a home with her kids, and she's created a life of freedom and choices that offers so much flexibility that I don't know about you, but my employer offers a 2% raise, right? So if we can just put in the hard work now, you never know like how this can really change your whole life, as crazy as that is. So if you believe bigger sooner, like, why are you here? Why did you say yes? And all of these questions that you can ask yourself are really good things to post about. Like, people want to know, like, okay, this works for you, but how could it work for me? And just to be honest, you guys, like, it's not about getting everyone with a pulse on your team. Like, you want to make sure that you vibe with each other, right? And even Brooke talks about that. Like, you get to be picky. You get to work with those who you really want to work with. But like, basically, you just have to remember, if you want to be successful with this, are you treating it like the 6-figure business that it is, or are you treating it as a $160 investment? You have to just really remember that. Most people don't realize, let's see. I don't know what I said there. I'm just going to keep moving. Okay. So all successful coaches, the one thing that they have in common, here are the 3 tangible things that you may believe in coaching. Like, you may think, wow, like, other people can do this. This is awesome. You may believe in the products. I hope you do. Like, you've gotten incredible results. You're here for a reason. If you're listening to this call, like, there's a part of you that, believes, otherwise you wouldn't be on this call, or you wouldn't be listening to the recording. But I want to ask yourself, like, as we wrap up here, do you believe in yourself? And that was something that I couldn't say yes to right away. And I put myself, I held limits on myself because I didn't feel like I could. Like, there's a part of me that could, but I didn't fully just say yes, yes, yes. So I encourage you to just really take the time to know that if other people can, that this business doesn't play favorites. They've just done it for longer than you have, and were consistent. If you have time and consistency, urgency, passion, and belief, game changer. You can do whatever you want. You can be a top 10 coach. Game changer. That's the one thing that this business is so hard. It's your mindset. Like, your mindset is why it's so important. Personal development. I'd rather have you do personal development than send out invites, to be honest. Like, maybe I'm going to be kicking myself for saying that, but it's so, so important. And if you have naysayers, I want you to remember, like, you have to stop letting people renting space in your mind. Like, that's why I start my morning with like that miracle morning, that morning process, because I want to make sure that I'm like at my best so I can give my best. So keep it simple, be obsessed, kill the doubt right away, kill the doubt, fail forward, and take action and believe. And the last thing is, like, I want you to be here a year from now so that you get the message in your inbox that says, like, because of you, I didn't quit. Like, that's what we do here. We freaking change lives. Like, it's so awesome. And people are blowing up the chat. And lastly, this picture, just remember that you have so many resources for you. Like, there should never feel like a part where you feel stuck, because like, Brooke hosts the Monday calls, every single, like, the Q&As, so you can hop on there. Now that we have our team like page, but the biggest thing is just to be resourceful and to just fail forward. And I just hope that you don't make the same mistakes I did, because it's just not worth it. Get out of your own way. Okay. So I'm just going to quick look through. Okay. Any questions? Oh my gosh, Brooke, you're amazing. This is awesome. I'm excited for people. Thank you for being here live, and then for people to watch the recording. But yeah, Brooke says, belief equals potential, being tapped into, massive action, being taken, massive results, increased belief. It goes round and round. Awesome. So basically, take action, believe in yourself, and go to Summit. Cool. I know I talked fast. I was thinking that this call was going to end on me. Any questions, you guys, before we wrap up? I hope this is still recording. I'm going to stop share. Okay. Cool. Alex, not to put you on the spot, but do you feel like by just taking action, how far you have come? Like, what was the biggest lesson for you? Just like being a new coach, but you're freaking crushing it.
Just do the stuff.
Yeah.
Like the last couple weeks, I've been like struggling kind of just because I'm not used to being like on 40 hours a week, like working since I went from class to work. So I'm still trying to find like the balance between like the time, like, because before I had all day to do all the things, and now I'm like, like I have like 6 hours to do stuff I need to do in a day. So, but yeah, just like actually doing it, and like you said, not saying I'll do more invites tomorrow. Like, can't do them today, because then tomorrow comes and it's like, no.
It keeps adding, right? It's like the snowball.
Yeah. So just like doing what you're telling yourself that you need to do. So I don't know. I'm not one to be, I'm usually like super laid back. And so like consistency is really hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that I've drank my Shakeology like every day pretty much for the last 3 weeks and done my workouts is actually like a feat in itself. So
awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And like all those struggles that you've experienced, like that's something you can share about. And I need to do a better job of this too, like, because so often like people relate to that vulnerability and like, oh, she struggles too. And it's just important. Like, I'm not trying to come across perfect, but I'm also just not going to make excuses for for myself. And that's why I show like getting up early. Like, yeah, I'm up at 4:30. Yes, I'm working my business, right? And you also want to attract those types of people because it's like you want to make it like this business does take consistency and work, but just watch me, because just watch where I am a year from now, you know?
Yeah. So it's just, there's an adjustment, like there's a curve, like learning curve, but getting to the point where it's getting a lot easier, but it's still a work in progress. So. Brooke's doing bath time.
She's doing bath time. Yeah. And that one thing there she is. Hi. I think it's so important to like focus on our own journey too. And just like, because once you fall off that, but look at her, then it's like, how can you help other people? Like put yourself first, and then you can give to others. Like fill your cup up first. Brooke, thank you for hopping on.
Of course. My phone's gonna die, so
don't worry. I'm gonna wrap this up.
I have like 10% left, but anyways, yeah, you did awesome, Britt, and I tried to listen in as much as I could, so you did great, and thank you so much for providing those slides. You're amazing at that. Like,
oh my gosh.
I like hire you.
I love it. Well, I'll post this in the bot squad if you want me to.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Go for it.
Okay, so or I'll just message our thread. But any other questions? Alex, are you good?
I'm good.
All right, I'm just gonna take a picture quick.
Yay.
Okay. Cute. Oh my gosh, look at Avery. Okay, awesome, you guys. All right, I'm gonna go do some invites.
All right, yes, go kill it. Nice seeing you, Alex.
Yeah, you too.
Bye, guys.
Bye.